Wildcats are coached by head coach Matt Havlovitz and his assistants Brett Brooks, Matt Wilbert, and Matt Trotz. Before the playing of our national anthem, please pay heed to the following announcements. The athletic field is a tobacco-free facility, so please refrain from using tobacco products on school grounds.
I know from experience.
Thank you to the Wild Rose Blues Club and President Steve Yeska for their continued support of Wild Rose Athletics. Thank you to the Wild Rose custodial staff for once again getting the field ready and prepared for this season. Tonight's chain gang members include Mr. Miller, Mr. Yeska, and Mr. Barr. Now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over the heart for the playing of our national anthem.
Take the leaf off.
Now, let's get ready for the football!
So clear the wire. Yep, that should be. Make sure these are on too. Yep. Good?
Yeah, it's all
Hello, hello.
Here, I got a baby seat for you in my car.
Sounds good. I've heard.
All right.
Royals have elected tonight's opening kickoff.
Good to go. Got volume all around. Got volume 1, 2, 3. Welcome. Good? All right. All right, welcome to Wild Rose High School for tonight's Central Wisconsin Small Conference matchup between the number 10 ranked Assumption Royals, who come in at 3-0 overall, and they're head coached by Jeff Sullivan, going up against the home team, the Wild Rose Wildcats, 1-3 overall, and head coached by Matt Havlovitz. Good evening again, everyone. Steve Maves alongside Matt Dickinson, bringing you live, free Assumption Royals football here on this chilly Friday night in Central Wisconsin. It should be a good one. Assumption, again, looking for a 4-0 start. That was probably not even in the minds of the Assumption Royals coming in, especially the way that they played or had their season go last year winless. Wild Rose was winless last year. Got a win over Almond Bancroft in week 2. But are trying to get back on the winning side of things after taking one in the chops last week against the Pacelli Cardinals, 42-6 in a loss. Just about to get underway here in Wild Rose as the Royals with a couple of men deep. It looks like Nick Lieberg and Reed Duhlman, I believe. And the kickoff here from Wild Rose, high end over end kick will be taken and bounced near the 10-yard line for Assumption. Coming near side, that's Duhlman, tries to break a tackle, and he does, and still on his feet past the 30-yard line. A good return to start things for the Royals, and they're going to start 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. That's where Jack Klatt and the Royals will start. 27.5 points a game for Assumption, led on the ground by Nick Lieberg. Again, Nick's had some fantastic games this year. Last week, just 48 yards and a touchdown against the Loyal Greyhounds in a 22-20 win for Assumption. A big goal line stop and a 2-point conversion by Ryan Shaw. In motion, going to hand it up the middle. Start off with Nick. Run over the defender. Pass the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Nick starting off right where he needs to for Assumption to be successful here in tonight's ball game. Again, Wild Rose at 1-3 overall. Lost to Iola in week 1, 45-0. Beat Almond in week 2, 22-8. Lost at Pittsville, 20-18 in week 3. And as mentioned, lost to Pacelli last week, 42-6. Bryson Cashin continues to dominate on the ground for Pacelli. 18 attempts, 229 yards. Assumption fans will see Bryson in action next week from Southwood County 2000 Field. Up the middle, there goes Lieberg. A big hole, breaks a tackle to the far side, the 40, near the 40-yard line of Wild Rose. And Nick starting off great so far for Coach Sullivan and the Royals. Getting those big holes up the middle, that's something Loyal did so well last week to stop Nick Lieberg. First and 10 for Assumption. Ball right at the 40-yard line of Wild Rose, working from west to east as we look at the field here in Wild Rose. Clad under center again. Low snap, going to hand it off to Cade Stats. He's going to be stopped in the backfield for no gain. And going to be 2nd and 10 coming up for Assumption. Again, 2 weeks remaining. Unbelievably hard to fathom that. 2 weeks left after tonight's game, as Assumption will host Pacelli next week and head to Iola Scandinavia on November 6th to finish off the 2020 regular season. And by all ends means, we hope there is a playoffs here in this year. Going to hand it up the middle. Klatt's going to keep it. No, Lieberg has it. And again, miscommunication and a little stumble between Klatt, his center, and Cade Stats and Nick Lieberg. 3rd down and long now for Assumption. Again, no Ben Elson. Ben, the usual center, went down 2 weeks ago at Almond Bancroft. Assumption with just 14 active players. So we'll see how the conditioning is for Assumption here tonight. Alex Sullivan looking to the sidelines, the tight end. And going to hand it up the middle to Lieberg again. He's going to get pulled near the 40 or 35-yard line, but it's going to be 4th down and 5. 4th and 5 from the 35-yard line. This could be a big stop for Wild Rose on the opening possession here for the Wild Rose defense. Give up 28.5 points a game, nearly 280 total yards, and they only score 11.5 points a game. Clad under center again, and Wild Rose jumped off sides. A great job by Assumption, and it's going to be 5 free yards and should be a 1st down as the Wildcats pointing to the other side as 54 Adrian Richter, and going to be an automatic 1st down. Just got enough on the penalty. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for Assumption with 8.5 minutes to go in this opening drive, in this opening quarter. Ryan Shaw lines up to the far side, 3 backs behind Jack Klatt, the 3-headed monster for Assumption. Reed Dillman, Cade Stats, and Nick Lieberg. And Jackson going to keep it himself. Pitch out to Reed. Has the corner. And he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Assumption. 30 yards out. Jack Klatt read it perfectly. And Reed Dillman got the edge again, as he has so many times here in 2020. And there was nobody out there for Reed to have to contend with, and a 30-yard touchdown run for Reed with 8:08 to go in the opening quarter. Not yet. 2-point conversion coming for Assumption. And now there's communication or talk between the officials and the coaching staff for Wild Rose. They're going to hand it up to Lieberg up the middle, going to try and fall forward, and the 2-point conversion is good. Good start for the Assumption Royals. 8:08 to go in the first quarter. It's Assumption 8, Wild Rose nothing.
Why am I an orthopedic surgeon? It's a great question. It was nothing I planned. I actually am a Spanish major. Went back to school and became a physical therapist. That was okay, but I decided to go back to school and become the surgeon. I think the biggest thing when you're talking to the patient is if you can relate to them, number one. Number two is if you can teach them what the problem is. If you can teach them what the problem is, they're going to do fine. They're going to learn what it is, they're going to figure out how to fix it, and then they're going to adapt. There's days when things don't work out and things are harder than others, but clearly you're here for one reason and you're not here for you. You're here for the patient that comes in. Healthcare is kind of like going to the supper club in Wisconsin. You always feel like you need to travel to get a better Friday fish fry or to get the prime rib on Saturday, but really here we have everything under the same roof. We have everything within a hospital that, quite frankly, is rated in the top 2 hospitals in the state for joint replacements. We have hospitals coming to us to ask how we do joint replacements, how we solve the problem, how we get patients motivated and moving with very low risk and very low complication rates. And our outcomes are much better.
And of course, he goes Yeah, no, you're good. Yep. Welcome back to Wild Rose High School as the Assumption Royals jump out to a quick 8-0 lead as Reed Dillman, another touchdown for Assumption on the season. Again, they average 27.5 points a game as a team, 12 touchdowns on the year, 335 yards per game on offense. 274 on the ground, just 61 through the air. Again, Jack Klatt doesn't throw a lot. Matt and I were talking a little bit on the way down. When he needs to throw, he can. But with the 3-headed monster that Coach Sullivan and this Assumption offense has with Dillman on the options, stats on the outside and up the middle, and then Lieberg up the middle, it's pretty much it's tough. It's very tough to defend. Alex Sullivan kicking off from left to right. Nice kick. That one's going to be taken and coming near side and has room. Trying to get the outside. He does. He's going to be untouched. And the Wild Rose Wildcats get on the board on the kickoff return. He goes 74 yards. And again, if we can get you a number, we will let you know. But these are tough numbers to read. 20, I believe. Kane Cronkite. And Wild Rose answers right back. 74, 76-ish yards. And with 7:54 to go, Wild Rose is they have scored their first points in the first quarter this season. They had come in to tonight's game shut out in the first quarter. And now the PAT is up, and it is going to be short and no good. 7:54 to go here in the first quarter. It is now Assumption 8 and Wild Rose 6. We'll be back after this.
Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Experience your choice of small, in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. You can also choose to get started here and finish at a 4-year, or with an associate degree in one of our 60 in-demand programs. Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Get started at mstc.edu.
At B&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At B&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
Welcome back to Wild Rose High School as the Wildcats get on the board for the first time in the first quarter this year. And it was a long kick return for Kane Cronkite for Wild Rose. Dillman will let it bounce and stop right at the 15-yard line. Has room, and he's got an opportunity, and he's off to the races. Reed Dillman will take it to the house, and an answer back for the Royals. Back-to-back kickoff returns, and this one was just about as long, if it was not longer, and he was untouched as well. Reed Dillman goes to the house. And just like that, it's 14-6. Back-to-back kickoff returns. And now the tee is thrown out to Alex Sullivan, and he's going to try the PAT. Man, oh man. 7:39 to go. And you know, once Reed almost had an opportunity on his first kickoff return, but once he got into that opening, he was not going to be touched. He has the opportunity now to hold it for Sullivan, and a flag coming in, offsides on Wild Rose. So they'll put him up another yard, put him a yard closer. And now Sullivan Dillman will have another yard closer. PAT coming for Alex Sullivan. Dillman holds it. It's down, and it is up, and it is good. So how about that? 7:39 to go, first quarter. It's now Assumption 15, and the Wild Rose Wildcats 6. Back right after this.
Hewitt's Meat has been producing the highest quality meat in the area since 1939. From chicken to pork, beef to seafood, here you'll find only the best. Try our award-winning summer sausage and snack sticks, made from only the highest quality cuts, no fillers. And good luck choosing between our 34 flavors of brats. Stop by for lunch and grab a made-to-order sub, burger, or salad. And don't forget all the canned goods, salsas, pickles, pizzas, and more. All locally sourced. Hewitt's Meat in Marshfield and Tomahawk.
$7:39 to go, first quarter, and I guess we'll see what happens on this kickoff. 15-6 here in the first quarter. Back-to-back kickoff returns. Wild Rose got three guys standing back. Alex Sullivan to do the honors, and he kicks it away, and that one's going to be taken at the 37-yard line and going to be taken down at the 40. Again, at this point, if it would happen again, might as well start kicking it out of bounds, as that one almost did, but will be taken by the Wildcats on their first offensive drive of this game. 7:33 to go, first quarter, 15-6. 15-6 Assumption. Again, they average 27 points a game, give up 22. Give up 313 yards of total offense, but their defense at times has been stout. 9 sacks, 11 takeaways. And going to hand it off, try to get to the edge, and perfectly read and going to be taken down right there. A loss of a couple. Read beautifully by Assumption's Alex Hoffman and cleaned up by Kemp Ross. Quarterback Brett Wilbert. Again, we will do our best with these Wild Rose uniforms. Joey Button, the receiver to the near side. Two backs behind Wilbert. Split behind him. Going to pitch it out. No, he's going to keep it, and he's going to be taken down right there. No gain as Nick Lieberg with another big tackle, and throws just like that. Again, big wide receiver Sam Walters. Ethan Sullivan. Going to be 3rd down and 10. Or 3rd down and 11. 6.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Wilbert gets the play from his sideline. Couple of receivers near side, one of the very far side, split backs behind. And back to pass goes Wilbert. Pressure's out by Ross, and it's out! And going to be recovered by Wild Rose. Kemp Ross off the edge. It's going to be recovered by the Wildcats, but a punt coming for Wild Rose. Beat that left tackle, and Kemp Ross knocked it out. It's going to be 4th down and long now. And a punt coming for Ethan Tratz. And a good punt taken by Dillman. Almost fumbled it. Able to hang on to it. Breaks a couple tackles. Tries to get to the outside. Has another opportunity. And he will get taken down right there at the 35-yard line. Reed Dillman with a couple of big broken tackles again. Setting up the Assumption offense in fantastic field position with 5:27 to go in the first quarter. Ball at the 35-yard line. First and 10 Assumption. In motion goes Reed Dillman. As Klatt has it, he's going to be taken down. Big loss of 5 on the sack. Again, the exchange between the center and Klatt. Can't quite see who the center is right now, but it seems pretty slow coming out from under center. It's going to be 2nd down now and 15 yards for the Royals. Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Going to get you an update of all the games between quarters. Going to hand it off to Lieberg up the middle. Breaks a tackle, falls forward for a gain of about 6. And it's going to be 3rd down now and 8. 3rd down and long now for Assumption. Again, last week, Matthew Szymanski for Loyal. We'll get into his stats, but he ran 32 times for 229 yards and a touchdown. But the big stop by Ryan Shaw, who's flanked out to the far side on the 2-point conversion. Klatt under center, going to hand it off to Lieberg. No, he's going to keep it himself. Pitch it out to Dillman, try and get the corner, and he's going to go nowhere. A big hit and a big tackle out of bounds as a flag comes in late from the white hat as coach was holding up was trying to hold back Reed Dillman, and now a penalty coming. Again, that was an aggressive tackle, personal foul on Wild Rose. Again, an aggressive tackle out of bounds, and it looked like Reed was already out of bounds, so that's going to give Assumption an automatic 1st down. On the near hash mark, give him 15 yards after the run. Again, Reed was pretty much picked up and body slammed. And with under 4 minutes to go, 3:58 to go in the first quarter, Assumption threatening already again. Ryan Shaw flanked out to the left. Alex Sullivan, the tight end, to the left side, moves from right to left. Clad with 3 backs behind him. Figuring out what Sullivan is going to do. Clad under center. And going to hand it up the middle to Lieberg again. And going to fall inside the 11-yard line. The Royals are inside the Draxler Transport red zone. Draxler offers Estia Health primary care at zero cost to the driver. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. Again, there's been 3 touchdowns, but first time either team has been inside the red zone. Clack getting the sign from Coach Sullivan. Again, have a whole slate of games here for you tonight. Have a huge Saturday of sports coming from Zaleski Sports as well. Clad back under center. In motion. Again, very late. The ball's on the ground, and Clatt lost it. And a turnover going to Wild Rose. Again, the exchange is slow between the center and the quarterback, and that throws off all the timing of the handoffs and all the timing for everything during the play. And so the snaps are slow and everybody is raring and ready to go. And now Coach Sullivan, a conversation with his sophomore quarterback. Back to pass. Now they're going to hand it right off the middle. Met him right in the hole, and a huge tackle by Kenny Gollett. Kenny Gollett with a huge tackle. Gollett met him right in the hole. 2:50 to go, first quarter, 15-6 in favor of Assumption. Looking to go 4-0. And that is would be quite the feat for this Assumption team. Again, they're 3-0 for at least the first time since joining the WIAA. Hand it up the middle, and again, go absolutely nowhere. Defensive stop here for Assumption. So far, so good. 3rd down and 9 now. After the fumble a couple of plays ago by Assumption. Rico Franklin checking in, the senior, for Hunter Harms. Third down and long. 1:55 to go, first quarter. Wilbert in motion, or back to pass, looking, and he's going to throw it and going to be low and dropped, incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down now as Kenny Gollett provided the pressure. It's going to be 4th down and long now for Wild Rose. We'll see what kind of pressure the the Royals put on Ethan Tratz, as Cade Stats had a blocked punt last week. Cade had quite the evening in his own right. Reed Duhlman stands at his own 36-yard, or at the Wildcat 36-yard line. The pressure is on, and a line drive punt away from Reed, and it's going to take a Wild Rose bounce and stop at the 43-yard line of Assumption, or of Wild Rose. 1:35 to go, first quarter. Your locally owned Sherrill Tire and Service Center will keep you rolling and growing by coming to with one of our 14 farm and commercial service trucks. Find your location at SherrillTire.com. Wisconsin Rapids at Marshfield tonight. Stratford had to find a game. They're up in Rhinelander. I think the last time we checked it was 7-0. 7-0 Stratford in that one. Also have Elkmont and Neillsville, Tri-County and Greenwood. And hands up the middle to Lieberg again. Runs over the defender and falls near another first down. Again, we'll see if they can get that timing figured out. It has been a issue to watch so far. 1:25 and counting in the first quarter here from Wild Rose High School. First time these two teams have met. Again, not being in the same conference. Wild Rose, a longtime member of the Central Wisconsin Conference. Assumption, of course, Merrillwood, Cloverwood, and now into the CWC-Small. Klatt going to keep it himself, breaks a tackle up the middle, and is on his feet, continuing, and falls inside the 25 near the 22. And broken tackle after broken tackle by these Royals here tonight with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Going to be second down and a yard to go for Assumption. And we'll have Mosinee volleyball for you tomorrow. Regional final, exclusive location, Zaleski Sports for Mosinee volleyball. The Assumption Royals volleyball team taking on Columbus Catholic, going to hand it up the middle to Lieberg, and breaks a tackle and staying on his feet and falls near the 10-yard line, I believe the 11, and Nick is inside the Draxler Transport red zone with 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Draxler has flatbed driving opportunities that pay you 5 cents per mile premium over van. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. What an exciting, high-paced first quarter was. 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown, a 30-yard touchdown run by Reed Dillman, and we are done here in quarter number 1 from Wild Rose. We'll take a break, come back, and get you ready for quarter number 2 from Wild Rose.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Oh, that one looks. See, it still says playoffs. Greenwood 30-0 over Tri-County in the first quarter. We'll get you some updates from other games here as well. Stratford up 15-7 on Rhinelander. Rhinelander number 4 in Division III. Marshfield up 7-0 on Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. Klatt pitches it out to Stats. He's going to be upended near the 10-yard line. Nice play out there for Wild Rose. Second down now for Assumption. Which one is that? Yeah, no, that's. So Lincoln's or Marshfield's up 7-0 on Lincoln. And from what we see, Greenwood's up 30-0 in the first quarter on Tri-County. Going to hand it up the middle to Lieberg. He's going to fall near the 5. That's going to be third down now for the Royals. Maybe didn't gain anything. Yep, gained 5 on the play. Near the 6. It's going to be third down and 5 from the 6. They can get that first down without scoring. 1 minute gone by first quarter. Or excuse me, second quarter, first half. Assumption up 15-6 on Wild Rose. Klatt under center again. And going to pitch it out to the far side. Dillman again. He's going to trip over, and he's in for the touchdown. Ray Dillman, his third touchdown of the night. And with 10:36 to go in the first quarter, or excuse me, the first half, I got to stop saying first quarter, 21-6, Royals. Again, a touchdown scamper there for the Royals. 21-6 Assumption. Again, we'll obviously have an opportunity to talk to Coach Sullivan after this ball game. Long way to go yet, obviously. But he's got to be happy with the start his boys have put together so far. And it is up, and it is going to be no good. Wide left. 10:36 to go for first half. Assumption at 21 and Wild Rose 6. Back to Wild Rose High School after this.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business.
Welcome back to Wild Rose High School. Can't thank you all enough for tuning in here tonight. Stay warm, stay dry, stay safe at home. So we bring you live free Assumption Royals football here all season long. Just 2 games. Again, it's hard to believe. Just 2 games left after tonight. They will host Pacelli next Friday and then head to Iowa Scandinavia on November 6th. So again, thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. Assumption putting on quite the show, 21-6. In favor of the Royals, and Alex Sullivan will see what kind of kickoff the Royals have in mind here. Again, Wild Rose hasn't been able to do much offensively, just that kickoff return for a touchdown. Sullivan, a high poocher, is going to be taken and fallen on at the 45-yard line for Wild Rose. Fallen on there by Patrick McCardle. First and 10 for Wild Rose at the 44-yard line. Again, communication has not been a strong suit right now so far for Assumption tonight. It's a lot of upset people on the sideline. Again, they are up by 15. Receiver to the near side, Jonathan King, 6'7", 185 senior. Back to pass, looking, pressure's on. Up, and it's going to be incomplete near the 30-yard line. Wild Rose fans and coaches upset, but the players coming back to it, and on the coverage there, Cal Burkhauser. Going to be second and 10 from the 44 with 10:24 to go in the first half. Again, we'll go through our schedule for tomorrow, which includes a meeting for the Assumption Royals volleyball team. Girls volleyball team will take on Columbus Catholic in a regional final tomorrow night. Wilbert back to pass again across the middle, and it's going to be caught. He's wide open at the 30. Tries to break a tackle. Reed Dillman brings him down inside the 15-yard line, inside the 10-yard line to the 2. The slant across the middle, and Wild Rose is now inside the Draxler Transport red zone. At Draxler Transport, drivers are always home for the requested time off. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. I talked the Wildcats right into it. They haven't been able to do much, but on the pass play, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Back to pass again. Looking into the back corner. It's going to be up, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Wild Rose. 6-yard pitch and catch for the Wildcats. Kevin Williams with the reception, and with 9:51 to go in the first half, Wild Rose gets on the board again. 3 plays on the drive. And just like that, it's down to a 9-point game. A lot of scoring here tonight. Man, oh man. Going to go for the 2-point conversion to make it just a 7-point game. A lot of big plays here tonight so far from Wild Rose. Wilbert is going to roll out to his left. He's going to get smacked and taken down. Nowhere to go. And a late flag comes in. Helmet comes off. And we will just keep it here for a second. And the Whitehead explaining it to the Assumption Royals. And a second flag thrown. One at the 10-yard line, one near the Wild Rose sideline as well. So we'll see what the indication is from both sides. Again, we just await, as there is a flag near the Wild Rose sidelines and one right in the middle of the play. And there's going to be a dead ball personal foul on on Assumption. And a sideline warning on Wild Rose, which will offset, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So after all that, 9:51 to go in the first half, 21-12 Royals.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
Seven now from Heitingfield in Marshfield. 15-7 yet Stratford. Still don't have maybe go full screen on that. Stratford's going to take game number 2 from that one over Northland Pines. The 15-yard penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff, so they're going to have it on the Assumption side of the 50-yard line, kicking from left to right. So we'll see what the Wildcats have planned now. 9:51 to go in the first half. So they didn't want to retry the 2-point conversion and are assessing it here on the kickoff. They switched the kickoff alignment now for the Wildcats. So time for I guess it wouldn't be much of a sneak, but a onside kick opportunity for the Wildcats. Assumption has struggled at times to recover the onside kicks. And the way he's lining up, he's going to go to the far side for it. Whistle is blown, and it's going to be kicked up into the air and fallen on top of, and nicely done there by the Royals at the 33-yard line. That's where Assumption will take over 1st and 10 with 9:46 to go in the first half. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop for all things hunting. You can get everything you need for hunting, from gear, supplies, clothing, game processing, even hunting license. Find the top brands at great prices. Fleet Farm has something for everyone. You won't believe what you'll find at Fleet Farm. All right, 1st and 10 for the Royals now, as the long first half continues. Big plays have been the name of the game so far for both sides. And going to hand it on the end around. Going to be taken near the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. Another good run by Kate Stats for the Royals. Again, Wild Rose this year has scored 0, 22, 18, and 6 in their games. Average just about 11.5 a game. 93 through the air, 160 total yards of offense per game. And the ball's on the ground again, and it looks like Wild Rose came up with it, and they did. Another fumble on the exchange between the center and Jack Klatt, quarterback, and Wild Rose will take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line in their own territory. Again, quite the momentum swing right here for Wild Rose. The second fumble from Assumption here tonight. Split backs behind Wilbert. Back to pass again. 3-step drop, and it's going to be broken up at the 25-yard line. The pressure again on Wilbert. Ryan Shaw trying to come in and get his 4th interception of the year. Cronkite, the intended receiver, he had the kickoff return earlier. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 now with 8:58 to go in the first half. Again, Assumption with Pacelli and Iola yet. Wild Rose with Rochelt and Loyal coming up in the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Wilbert going to pitch down to the near side. Going to be chased down from behind by Cade Stats. The speed from Stats showing off. And it's going to be 3rd down and long now for Wild Rose. We'll try and keep you up to date from Camp Randall as well. Give you a score from Wisconsin and Illinois. The Fighting Illini knocking off Wisconsin last year. The final seconds of the homecoming of Illinois' homecoming game. Big loss at the time for Wisconsin. Back to pass, Wilbert again. Pressure is on. Looking up to his receiver at the highest point. Is going to be knocked down. And another great job by Ryan Shaw back there as the safety for Assumption. And now it's going to be 4th down and long for Wild Rose. Let's see what Coach Halvovitz has in mind for his offense. 8:09 to go. Again, the Wildcats think they have found something against this Assumption defense, and it has slowed this game tremendously. Obviously, every time the ball hits the ground, it's a stoppage of play on a pass. And a receiver to the near side, they're not even looking to fake the punt. Back to pass, Wilbert rolls out to his left, pressure's on, throws it high, and it's going to be incomplete. Tipped again by Jack Klatt, and a turnover on downs. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Assumption at the 42-yard line. tried to, I guess they ran it on one of the downs, but passed it the rest, and Assumption's defense comes through big again after the fumble by Klatt. First and 10 for Assumption. We'll have Wausau West and Marshfield Soccer tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock from Wausau West High School, part of our huge day of sports at Zaleski Sports. Hands it up the middle to Leeberg and going to fall near the 46-yard line. It's going to be second down and short now for Assumption. 21-12 Royals, 7:45 to go in the second. Second down now for Assumption. Going to hand it up to Leeberg and going to break a tackle, spin out of there, and fall near the 45-yard line of Wild Rose, and a first down for Nick Leeberg, who stopped in the backfield, broke a tackle, was able to spin out of it and regain his balance and get the first down. 15-13 Stratford now with about 3 minutes to go in that 3 minutes to go in that second quarter. So still don't have a total score from Greenwood, but I imagine it's a pretty big blowout there, as it was 30-0 in the first quarter. Klatt under center. He's going to keep it, pitched out to Reed Duhlman. Try to get to the corner, and he did. He's going to be picked up and taken down near the 40-yard line, 41. Gains a couple, and it's going to be second down. Rapids ahead of Marshfield 13-7 just at the end of the second quarter, now 14-7. And it looks like Stratford will have a date with Mosinee tomorrow afternoon in the regional final for volleyball. They're up 12-3 in game 3 against Northland Pines. Going to keep it himself again. Pitched out over the head of Kate Stats. The ball's on the ground, and it's going to be fallen on. The ball's still loose, and the Wildcats will come away with it again. Going to be taken by Colton Martin. Third fumble of the night for Assumption. And the Wildcats will take over, first and 10 at the 46-yard line of Assumption. Klatt with 3 fumbles tonight. One on the exchange from the center, one on the handoff, and then one on the pitch there to Kate Stats. Under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Wilbert with split backs behind him again. And going to hand it off and going to be tripped up in the backfield. The ball's on the ground again. And this one is going to be picked up by no sign yet, or no signal yet. And there's a player on the ground. I believe that's got to be Colton Martin, who got tripped up and has not moved since. We'll take a break. Come back to, I guess that is not Colton Martin, 68. Noah Lippert, who comes up hobbling. We'll keep her right here as Noah was able to get up and walk off the field. As, again, no signal. I assume it's Wild Rose football. And it's going to be second down for the Wildcats. Second and 15 now, 5:50 to go in the. Now they're gonna replay the down. Interesting. Guess that's how the way the game's going tonight. They're going to replay the down. Back to pass. Wilbert again into the corner. It's going to be caught and going to be met by Ryan Shaw and going to be taken down inside the 25. And another big pitch and catch for the Wildcats. Alex Hoffman there to bring him down. Those corner routes have been a trouble spot so far for Assumption. Clock runs. 5:20 to go in the second quarter. Receiver to the near side, one split back to the far. Back to pass again. Across the middle, and it's going to go through the hands of the intended receiver, Cronkite, and incomplete. .507 to go in the first. Wisconsin up 14-0 on the Fighting Illini. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. It's much appreciated. It's been quite a ride so far here tonight. 5:07 to go. A couple of kickoff returns earlier on. 3 fumbles by Jack Klatt. Going to hand it up the middle. And he's going to be stay on his feet, break a tackle, and inside the red zone. Good run there by Colton Martin for the Wildcats. Back inside the Draxler Transport red zone are the Wildcats. Draxler Transport is a family-oriented company that treats you like family. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. 4:45 to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats. Back to pass again, Wilbert. Pressure is on up the middle. Goes to the end zone. And it's going to be picked off in the end zone. Ryan Shaw, another one for the Royals. Ryan Shaw, another INT on the season for Assumption. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Royals at the 20-yard line. A big stop defensively for Wisconsin Rapids Assumption. And now we'll see what the Royals can do. 4:22 to go in the first half. Going to put them at the 20-yard line. First and 10 Assumption, 4:22 to go, second quarter. They lead 21-12. Going to hand it up the middle to Lieberg. Going to fall forward past the 25 to about the 26, 27-yard line. Going to be second down and 4 to go for Assumption. Second and 4. Ryan Shaw lines up to the near side. 3 backs again. Dillman, Stats, and Lieberg. Going to hand it up again to Lieberg as he powers forward past the 30-yard line to the 32. Another gain of 6 on the play. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Wisconsin Rapids Assumption with 3:30 to go in the second quarter. Wild Rose will start the second half with the football. And Shaw usually lines up to the weak side, the short side of the field. Klatt's going to pitch it out to Stats, trying to get the corner, and he'll be taken down right there at the 30-yard line as Stats comes up hobbling. Got twisted up there. And a flag at the 45-yard line. See what we have coming. There's 2 of them. 2 flags on the play. See if we can get you a sight on our whitehead here. Again, there's been a lot of flags that have come away from the play. And we'll see what the indication is. There was no gain on the play from Cade Stats. He came up hobbling. Make sure that Cade is all right. Again, a long time for these discussions here tonight. A lot of big yard penalties as well. Personal foul on Wisconsin Rapids Assumption. And now get an explanation on offsetting penalties again on both sides. So we're going to replay first down from the original spot, 31-yard line. And Coach Sullivan will take a timeout here with 3:02 to go in the first half. 21-12 Assumption. Back to Wild Rose after this.
Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Experience your choice of small, in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. You can also choose to get started here and finish at a 4-year, or with an associate degree in one of our 60 in-demand programs. Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Get started at mstc.edu.
All right, welcome back to Wild Rose as the Assumption Royals will have it first and 10 from the 31 or 32-yard line. Stratford Tigers are officially on their way to a regional final tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, I guess, 4 o'clock at Moseley High School. We'll have that game for you exclusively at Zaleski Sports throughout the 2020 girls volleyball playoffs, as the Rhinelander Hodags got a late touchdown to go up 21-15 on the Stratford Tigers in football. And I believe Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln was still up 14-7 on Marshfield at halftime. Klatt under center, 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Pitches out to Dillman and was looking to throw it, and he's going to be taken down, a huge loss. Ryan Dillman was looking to throw it, and it's going to be second down and a mile now for Wisconsin Rapids Assumption. Right at the 20-yard line. So second down and 22, 2.5 to go here in the first half. Klatt back under center. Going to pitch it out. No, now Dillman tries to get the corner, and he does. And he's going to run out of bounds. And a big first down. No, a flag out on the play. It looks like it may come back. And it is going to be on Assumption. Might be on a blindside block. It looked like there was a pancake block on there on the far side. And it's going to be a block in the back on the Royals. So negate the run by Dillman as the counter worked to perfection again. He had that one against Alman Bancroft a couple of weeks ago. One of Reed's 2 50-yard touchdowns that night. Reed's got all 3 touchdowns here so far tonight for the Royals. 2:13 to go in the first half. So they lost 3 yards on the penalty. 2nd and 25 now for Assumption. Klatt under center. In motion, Dillman. Back to pass. Looking for his receiver. Overthrows him by a mile. And incomplete. Third down now and 25 for Assumption with 2:06 to go in the first half. Again, a lot of early touchdowns, a lot of big plays from both sides. And then it's been pretty quiet as Wild Rose has been throwing it quite a bit. Assumption has had 3 turnovers. Ryan Shaw with the latest big turnover for, or takeaway for Assumption with an INT in the end zone. And the ball's on the ground again. Back to pass. Klatt across the middle has Sullivan. It's going to be picked off at the 42-yard line. Had Sullivan there. Just underthrew him. And it's going to be back to Wild Rose with 1:59 to go in the first half. 4th turnover of the first half for Assumption. Again, the snap was low to Klatt. Had Alex Sullivan across the middle, just underthrew him. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Wild Rose. See what the Wildcats can do with 2 minutes and 3 timeouts remaining. Long time in the huddle for Wild Rose. The 6'7" receiver, Jonathan King, stands out to the near side. Back to pass. Wilbert again, pressure's on. Has him, and it's going to be caught at the 25-yard line. And a first down for Wild Rose. And another flag. And it's going to be a hold on the Wildcats. So, again, erase that big play for Wild Rose, coming back via the penalty. So, 10-yard penalty from the spot. So, it's going to be first down and 22 maybe. 25. Clock runs because of the completed pass. 1st and 25. 1:40 to go in the first half. Back to pass. Has him near side. And it's going to be hauled in and stays in bounds. Breaks the tackle. Cuts back into the inside near the 45-yard line, near the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 2nd down now. And 10 with 80 seconds to go in the half. Again, Wild Rose still 3 timeouts remaining. Wide receiver to the far side, uncovered. As the back behind Wilbert was moving. Kevin Williams on the infraction. Back him up 5 yards. 2nd down and 15. 1:05 remaining. $60 seconds to go. First half, clock runs. Again, at halftime, we'll hear from all of our sponsors and get you ready for tomorrow's lineup for games at Zaleski Sports. And the ball's on the ground, and it's kicked in the back, and it's going to be picked up by the Wildcat, or by the Royals, and Nick Lieberg will take it to the end zone. Touchdown! It was picked up, and a fumble recover for a touchdown, and Nick Lieberg takes it to the house. It was fumbled on the snap. It was kicked into the backfield, and then picked up by Nick Lieberg, and he took it all the way for the touchdown. A huge turn of events right here at the end of the half. Nick Lieberg goes 45 yards on the scoop and score. And again, big play after big play after big play. 27-12. Wild Rose, or excuse me, Assumption. 35 seconds to go. Klatt under center. And Lieberg He hands it off to Lieberg, and he's going to finish what he started. The two-point conversion is good. 35 seconds to go, first half. 29-12, Royals.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
So as soon as Wild Rose was controlling the game for the most part, a big turnover, another turnover here in this half as Assumption's got 4 turnovers. Wild Rose has 2 or 3. An interception in the end zone, and then that scoop and score there from Nick Lieberg. Taking it to the house. 35 seconds to go in this first half, and Assumption leads 29-12 over the Wild Rose Wildcats. See what Alex Sullivan and Coach Sullivan have planned here for the kickoff. Again, 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, a scoop and score, a huge pass play, a couple of big 15-yard penalties in this half on both sides, a couple of offsetting penalties. Reed Dillman with 3 first-half touchdowns. Wild Rose has found something in the passing game against Assumption. There'll be a lot to take in at halftime for both of these teams. Alex Sullivan back to kick for Assumption. And going to go to the near sideline, going to be picked up, untouched. To the far side goes the Wildcats. He's going to be taken down there. That's Ethan Tratz. And that will see if Matt Havlovitz for Wild Rose will just kneel it, or tell his quarterback, Brett Wilbert, to kneel it to finish this half. Again, Wild Rose will start the second half with the football. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line for Wild Rose. Wilbert, shotgun. And they're not. They're going to do a quick pass. Going to get to the outside. Going to be, stays on his feet and going to be taken down at the 42-yard line of Assumption, and a first down. And a timeout taken by the Wildcats. 17 seconds to go first half. We'll keep it right here as, again, Assumption will have Pacelli next week, Iola Scandinavia the week after. Last week in their 22-20 win over Loyal. Again, Ryan Shaw, a huge stop on a 2-point conversion with 24 seconds to go in the game. Kate Stats, a blocked punt and a pair of touchdowns. Jack Klatt was just 2 for 4 for 40 yards through the air. 6 rushes, 36 yards. Reed Dillman, 6 rushes, 53 yards. As mentioned, Kate Stats, 5 rushes, 18 yards, and those 2 big touchdowns. Nick Lieberg last week, 14 rushes, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, again, 9 sacks coming into tonight, 6 fumble recovers, now a fumble recovery and an interception. Their takeaways up to 13 on the season, and just have been forced to be reckoned with, as Wild Rose at times has seemed to have something figured out, but then turns it over. And again, a huge scoop and score for Nick Lieberg and the Royals. Getting a little work done here on a a foot or an ankle. Don't see a number sitting on the bench here, but seems like everything is A-OK. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of Assumption. Back to pass again, Wilbert. Pressure is on, and a flag comes in. It's going to be intercepted again. Ryan Shaw with another interception. Flag at the 45. And it's going to be a hold on Wild Rose, and that should be declined, and Assumption will take over again. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Wild Rose. 7 turnovers combined between the two teams here in the first half. 4 from Assumption, 4 for Assumption, 3 for Wild Rose. Ryan Shaw with 2 more interceptions. 9 seconds to go in this first half. And Manny Scholes checks in for the Royals. 9 seconds left in this first half. Shaw, the receiver to the near side. I'll see if Coach Sullivan just has Jack Nealton finish it up here in the first half. And no, he's going to hand it off to Dillman, try to get to the corner. He's going to go nowhere, gets slammed to the ground, and should end the first half. What a long, drawn-out first half here tonight, but a successful one for the Assumption Royals. They go into half leading 29-12. We'll take a quick break, come back, hear from all of our sponsors, and get you ready for half number 2 here from Wild Rose. Again,
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
Meat has been producing the highest quality meat in the area since 1939. From chicken to pork, beef to seafood, here you'll find only the best. Try our award-winning summer sausage and snack sticks, made from only the highest quality cuts, no fillers. And good luck choosing between our 34 flavors of brats. Stop by for lunch and grab a made-to-order sub, burger, or salad. And don't forget all the canned goods, salsas, pickles, pizzas, and more. All locally sourced. Hewitt's Meat in Marshfield and Tomahawk.
Why am I an orthopedic surgeon? It's a great question. It was nothing I planned. I actually am a Spanish major. Went back to school and became a physical therapist. That was okay, but I decided to go back to school and become the surgeon. I think the biggest thing when you're talking to the patient is if you can relate to them, number one. Number two is if you can teach them what the problem is. If you can teach them what the problem is, they're going to do fine. They're going to learn what it is, they're going to figure out how to fix it, and then they're going to adapt. There's days when things don't work out and things are harder than others, but clearly you're here for one reason and you're not here for you. You're here for the patient that comes in. Healthcare is kind of like going to the supper club in Wisconsin. You always feel like you need to travel to get a better Friday fish fry or to get the prime rib on Saturday, but really here we have everything under the same roof. We have everything within a hospital that, quite frankly, is rated in the top 2 hospitals in the state for joint replacements. We have hospitals coming to us to ask how we do joint replacements, how we solve the problem, how we get patients motivated and moving with very low risk and very low complication rates. And our outcomes are much better.
the middle. No, Class going to keep it and get spun down. And a flag's going to come in. It looks like a face mask on Wild Rose. Again, another penalty here. 65. I would assume it would be Joey Moyer because he's usually a linebacker. Might have to or had to come in and play offensive line tonight. And had to change numbers to be allowed to play offensive line. So going to be a face mask on Wild Rose. Going to be second down and 6. 8:30 to go in the third quarter. (29-12) Assumption. Jack Cladd under center. And going to hand it up to Lieberg again. Have room, run over 2 defenders and leave a path of Wildcats defenders behind him, and a big first down for Nick Lieberg and the Royals. Had 2 or 3 Wildcats just laying on the ground in the path that Nick Lieberg left. It's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 7:45 to go, third quarter. Again, Assumption looking to go 4-0 here in this year, and going to be a big couple hits there on Reed Dillman. Gained 6 on the play. As it's going to be second down and 4. As I believe somebody, I think somebody lost their mouth guard. But it will be picked up and taken for the Wildcats. Second down and 4 with 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Cladd under center, Sullivan tight end, near side. Going to hand it up to Lieberg. He's going to be stopped, stacked up, and pushed back. And it's going to be third down now after a loss of a couple yards. Under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Third and 5 for Assumption. They had a play like this earlier in the first quarter where they got a free first down on an offsides. Back to pass, pressure immediately, and going to be ripped down. And 3 Wildcats in on the sack. Penalty on the play. I believe it's going to be Alex Sullivan on the illegal motion. But again, a new center for Assumption, I believe, in there might be Joey Moyer as the center. As now a discussion with the sidelines with 6:19 to go in the third quarter. False start on Alex Sullivan. Penalty declined. It's going to be fourth down now. As Alec asks about it, but you could see him moving pretty clearly as they had him well beyond the original line of scrimmage, I believe. Yep, got him marching back. It's going to be fourth down and about 9 for Assumption. See what Coach Sullivan has in store here clock runs. 6:10 to go in the third quarter. See if Wild Rose defense can stop and hold the Assumption offense after an interception stopped Wild Rose's drive. Under center. Klatt going to hand it off to Lieberg. Tries to get to the outside. Stiff arms his defender. Gets by, and he's going to be wrapped up by 6 Wildcats on the far side. Turnover on downs. And it'll go over to the Wildcats, 1st and 10. Oh. A loss of a couple there on the play as the going to be 2nd down and 11. Lost a yard. Second down and long now for Wild Rose. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Quick moving third quarter. Should knock on wood after what happened in that first. But in motion, going to hand it off, try to get the edge. He's got the edge. And Assumption pursuit to the ball. Stays in bounds near the 40-yard line. And it's going to be Cronkite on the carry. It's going to be close to a first down. And another flag on the play. And it's going to be hold on Wild Rose again. Good run again by Cronkite, but to no prevail on the hold. So marching back even further, going to be 2nd down and about a mile here with 4:47 to go. Second and 22 for Wild Rose. They trail 29-12 here in the third quarter. Back to pass, Wilbert looking across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Joey Moyer on the coverage along with 2 other Royals. 3rd down and 22. Expect a lot of pass plays, which might continue to slow down the clock here in the second half. Wild Rose trailing 12. Back to pass. Wilbert again. Pressure on. He hit as he throws it, and it's going to be intercepted, and it's going to be come back on the, it's a pick 6, but a pass interference penalty at the 33-yard line. So another interception, another pick 6, this time by Reed Dillman, but it might come back. Again, a lot of penalties here tonight. That one might be the most questionable so far tonight, as both guys going for it. Ball underthrown, and then the contact made. Reed on the interception, returned it for a touchdown. But it's going to be still 3rd down and about 7 for Wild Rose. No, maybe 3rd down and 9. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9 with 4:27 to go here in the third quarter. Almost had turnover number 9 on the night. And going to be back to pass. Wilbert looking across, and it's going to be incomplete, out of the reach of the intended wide receiver on the far side. I believe that was Cronkite again. And it's going to be 4th down and 9 for Wild Rose. 4th down and 9 as Ethan Tretz will be back to punt it again for Wild Rose. And a high punt. Reed will let it go. And it's going to be taken there at the 35-yard line. That's where Assumption is going to take over. Awards and More is your one-stop location for awards, plaques, trophies, embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products. Awards and More is also the proud sponsor of Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. Vote for the Awards and More Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month at ZaleskiSports.com and visit Awards and More on Facebook to begin your next trophy order today. 1st and 10, 4:16 to go, third quarter, 29-12 Assumption as the Royals look to go 4-0, ranked number 10 in Division 7. But again, looking to go 4-0 for, goodness, got to be one of the first times in at least 25 years, if not longer. Klatt rolls out to his right and finds his receiver, Lieberg. He's going to be pushed out of bounds near the 42 or 43-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd down and 2 for Assumption. While the Rose trying to get back on the winning side of things. Again, they lost to Iola in week 1, beat Allman in week 2, lost to Pittsville week 3, and lost to Pacelli last week 42-6. Assumption and Pacelli do battle next week from Southwood County 2000 Field. Of course, we'll have it right here at Zaleski Sports for you. Under center, Klatt. Handed up to Lieberg. Tries to get to the outside and stays up. It's going to be close to a first down. It will be a first down for Assumption. Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. As there's a Wildcat down on the play right near the 40-yard line. We'll step aside here from Wild Rose High School. Back to Wild Rose after this.
Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Experience your choice of small, in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. You can also choose to get started here and finish at a 4-year, or with an associate degree in one of our 60 in-demand programs. Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Get started at mstc.edu.
Welcome back to Wild Rose. Able to run off the field was the Wildcat. And it's good to see. Slight cramp, 1st and 10 for Assumption. Klatt has it, rolls out to his left, looking for his receiver. He's got him on the far side, and good pitch and catch to Alex Sullivan, and another late flag comes in. Got to be at least 20 tonight. I mean, it's got to be getting close. Yeah, every big play, every good play on either side is going to be, it's all been null and void from by penalties. And again, a long discussion. Every time there is a penalty, obviously we want to talk about it. A personal foul on Assumption again. So with as many penalties as there has been, a lot of them, if not a majority of them, have been personal foul or big 15-yard penalties. And so it's going to be 1st down and 25 now for Assumption. So again, a lot of just, and I'm going to have to obviously go back at some point and look to see where all these personal foul penalties have been. But they're not egregious. They're not egregious from what we're seeing. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Clock runs. 1st and 25 from the 32 for Assumption. They lead 29-12. We'll talk to Coach Sullivan possibly about those penalties later on. Again, you will have his interview and Nick Lieberg's interview as the ball is on the ground again, and Wild Rose will pick it up. Wild Rose takes over on another fumble on a miss snap from the center to Cladd again. Turnover number 5 for the Royals. But again, we'll have interviews with Coach Sullivan, which will be seen in our highlights later on tonight at Zaleski Sports on Facebook. And then as well, if Assumption's able to hold on, we'll have an opportunity to talk to Nick Lieberg as well. 3:05 to go, third quarter. Turnover number 9 combined tonight. 5 for Assumption, 4 for Wild Rose. Hands up the middle. He's going to be ripped down there. And it's going to be second down now, as it looks like Wild Rose is going to go no huddle. Rightfully so. I don't know why they haven't been the whole time. Assumption's only got 14 active players. And going to hand it off, same play, and try to bounce to the outside. This time not having it. And another flag on the play. I believe it's going to be a face mask on Assumption this time. .233 to go, third quarter. You can see how far off they mark it, but it's going to be second down and 5, I believe, from the 28-yard line. 2:30 to go, third quarter. In motion, going to hand it off, try to get the outside. He got a big block, and he's going to be ripped down there. And Joey Moyer with another tackle. Third down now for Wild Rose. Right at the 26-yard line, 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Again, we'll have more Assumption Sports for you tomorrow, as they will the girls volleyball team will head over to Columbus Catholic for a regional final matchup with the Dons. And going to hand it off. Wilbert's going to keep it, roll out to his right, pressure on, throws it up there, and it's going to fall harmlessly out of bounds and incomplete. And it's going to be fourth down now and 4 yards to go. Again, Assumption's had nice pressure on Wilbert all night. And it's going to be fourth down and 4. See if Assumption defense can hold with 100 seconds to go in this third quarter. .140 to go, third quarter, 29-12, Assumption. And see what the indication is. Wild Rose will take a timeout. 1:40 to go, third quarter. It's going to be a 4th and 4 when we come back to Wild Rose right after this.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
Hewitt's Meat has been producing the highest quality meat in the area since 1939. From chicken to pork, beef to seafood, here you'll find only the best. Try our award-winning summer sausage and snack sticks, made from only the highest quality cuts, no fillers. And good luck choosing between our 34 flavors of brats. Stop by for lunch and grab a made-to-order sub, burger, or salad. And don't forget all the canned goods, salsas, pickles, pizzas, and more. All locally sourced. Hewitt's Meat in Marshfield and Tomahawk.
Welcome back to Wild Rose, as it's going to be a 4th and 4 now for the Wildcats. 1:40 to go here in the third quarter, just past 9 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Steve Mapes alongside Matt Dickinson. You're watching Assumption Royals football here at Zaleski Sports. It has been a long one so far. We're still in the third quarter, and it's 29-12 Assumption. 9 total turnovers combined between the two teams, 5 for Assumption, 4 for Wild Rose. Got to be closing in on 20 turnovers, or 20 penalties, if not more. Pressure on, and it's going to be incomplete. Ball at the 6-yard line, and no complaining there from the Wild Rose wide receiver. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Assumption with 1:33 to go in the third quarter. Again, not every, but a large majority of the penalties that have happened tonight have been on the side of 15 yards. A lot of big plays have been wiped off the sheet. Jack Klatt under center, a new center here tonight and the Wildcats jumped off sides. 1:33 to go, and as I just said, another flag comes in. Ball at the 30-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 5 with 93 seconds to go in this third quarter. Kate Stats continuing to show a significant limp every time he moves. Going to hand it off to Lieberg. No, Klatt will keep it. Dillman is going to try and turn the corner and couldn't quite do it. It's going to be a 2nd down now for Assumption with 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. We'll run through our schedule for tomorrow for our games. Columbus Catholic and what we believe will be Northland Lutheran for soccer at Gracie Park. Also have Wausau West and Marshfield boys soccer. 45 seconds to go, third quarter. And they'll give it right back on the delay of game. So they had an offsides, and now Assumption couldn't get the playoff in time. It'll be a 2nd and 9 now with 35 seconds to go, and you'll see they give them 25 seconds, so Assumption does have to run a play. 2nd and 9 with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Klatt under center. His team leads 29-12. Going to roll out to his right, across, and it's going to be caught. Great catch by Ryan Shaw right off the ground near the 45-yard line. They'll give it to him at the 42. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Royals with 6 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Got by 3 Wildcats and 1 Royal before Ryan Shaw caught it. And with that catch and the winding of the clock, we'll take you to the fourth quarter. 3 quarters in the books here from Wild Rose. It is Assumption 29 and the Wild Rose Wildcats 12. Back for the fourth quarter after this.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Wild Rose as the Wild Rose Wildcats and Assumption Royals do battle now here in the fourth quarter as we give you our schedule for tomorrow, as it looks like the Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School boys will get a win over Marshfield, Columbus Catholic and Northland Lutheran, Wausau West and Marshfield, Athens and Pacelli football, Moseley and Stratford volleyball, Columbus Catholic and Assumption volleyball, and Pacelli and Osseo Fairchild volleyball. All those games tomorrow for regional finals. Going to hand it up the middle to Lieberg, and he's going to get past the 45. But a good tackle there, and it's going to be second down now, and about 6 yards to go for the Royals. Take the first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com to see the floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new customized home from Stratford Homes. With a 110,000 square foot indoor construction facility and model home village located right in the heart of central Wisconsin, Stratford Homes has been an industry leader in the systems-built home market since 1973. Visit StratfordHomes.com today to get started. And Class going to hand it up to Lieberg again. Break a couple tackles, and he is off to the races. And Nick Lieberg will walk into the end zone. Touchdown Royals. 54 yards for Nick Lieberg. And the Royals increase their lead 35-12. Much like we saw last week, the Loyal Greyhounds were able to stop Nick for much of that game, and then got a couple of holes up the middle in the fourth quarter, and was able to break a couple. And 54 yards later, Nick Lieberg did that for Assumption right there. First points of the second half for either side. 11:07 to go in the fourth quarter. Sullivan trying for the point after. And it's going to be blocked and no good. The PAT blocked, no good, but with 11:07 to go in the fourth quarter, it is now Assumption 35 and the Wild Rose Wildcats 12. Back to Wild Rose right after this.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
$35-12 now for Assumption with the lead. 11:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. As tough as this game has been for both sides, Assumption has found a way. Nick Lieberg has scored the last 2 touchdowns going back to the end of the first half on the scoop and score on the fumble recovery to put them up 29-12 going into half. And then had the big run there. And the squibber up the middle. Going to be taken, picked up, and smothered right there. And that is where Wild Rose will take it. 1st and 10 from the 37 on their on their next possession here in the second half. Haven't been able to do much for the Wildcats here in the second half, but it's been a game that has seen, again, as mentioned, a lot of big plays brought back because of penalties, 9 combined turnovers, and we still got 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I can imagine a lot of stoppage of plays now that Wild Rose is going to try and pass here in the fourth. That one's going to be across the middle. It's going to be caught and going to be dragged down inside Royals territory. Another nice pitch and catch to Cronkite. No, that's not. Kevin Williams on the reception. Again, big holes in that secondary or behind the linebackers for Assumption. 10:35 to go fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of Assumption. And wide receiver screen on the far side. And he's going to try and break a tackle. He does, stays up, and going to reach for the end zone. Going to be down at the 5-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Wild Rose. Back inside the Draxler Transport red zone. Draxler offers Estia Health primary care at 0 cost to the driver. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. 1st and goal at the 2 with 10:10 to go in the fourth quarter. So the passing game of Wild Rose has been a thorn in Assumption's side here tonight. Going to hand it up the middle and going to be stopped and driven back. And the ball's on the ground. No way. And Assumption comes up with it. Ripped it out at the 3-yard line, and the Royals fall on it. And another turnover here. And Manny Scholes with the recovery. And it's going to be Assumption football inside the inside their own 5-yard line. Turnover number 6. Turnover number 10, 5 for each side now. And the drive stalls for the Wildcats. Man, oh man. 9:47 to go, fourth quarter. Turnover number 10. Penalties all around. And going to try and cut up the middle. Lieberg, another nice carry. Falls past the 10 to about the 11-yard line. Gains 8, and it's going to be 2nd and 2 for Assumption. Five for Assumption, 5 for Wild Rose. And Assumption leads 35-12 with 9:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, thanks to everyone for tuning in here tonight. The Assumption Royals looking to go 4-0 on the season. And we'll host the Pacelli Cardinals next week. Hands up the middle again, Lieberg. And a big face mask there. And we'll add on a couple more. That was as clear as the day is long on the face mask on Nick Lieberg. Make sure Nick is all right. So Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln got a big win, 14-13 over Marshfield. And the game in Rhinelander is the Stratford Tigers looking to tie it up against Rhinelander, 29-27 with 29 seconds to go, and a timeout taken to assess what's going to go on there. Again, we'll have highlights from all sorts of games tonight. The Greenwood Indians put a pounding on the Tri-County Penguins. I think that game was, 30-0 in the first quarter. Greenwood starting to figure it out in the 8-man or 8-player game. Cade Stats is again in a lot of pain. Can't imagine that he's going to get the ball anymore here tonight. Lieberg up the middle to the far side. Has room again. Stiff arms to the far inside the 20. Going to be ripped out of bounds. And another huge gain for Nick Lieberg. The speed, the strength for Nick unmatched here tonight. And a huge gain for the Assumption Royals inside the Draxler Transport red zone at the 18-yard line. Draxler has flatbed driving opportunities that pay you 5 cents per mile premium over van. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. This drive started at the 3-yard line just about a minute and a half ago. And pitch it out to the near side, and Dulman will get the corner, stay on his feet, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals. 18 yards out. Well, maybe. No signal yet. As, well, we'll see. And it is an 18-yard touchdown for Reed Dillman. Touchdown number 4 on the night. As a big drive went 97 yards in about 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, and a couple of big runs for Nick Lieberg and a touchdown run there for Reed Dillman, his 4th, with exactly 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It is now 41-12. Now the PAT, this one, it is up, and it is perfect for Alex Sullivan. 8 minutes to go, fourth quarter. It is now Assumption 42, and the Wild Rose Wildcats 12. Back to Wild Rose after this.
Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Experience your choice of small, in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. So choose to get started here and finish at a 4-year, or with an associate degree in one of our 60 in-demand programs. Experience choice at Mid-State Technical College. Get started at mstc.edu.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
30-point lead now for Assumption, 42-12 with 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. The ground game again has been dominant for Assumption, as Nick Lieberg, Reed Dillman, and company have put together a clinic here tonight, all without much of Cade's stats, as Cade has been hobbled much of the night as he continues on the sidelines. Would not be surprised if we don't see him anymore tonight with his team up by 30. Alex Sullivan kicks it away, and it's going to be a squibber up the middle, and it's going to be fallen on there by the Wildcats, 1st and 10 for for Wild Rose at their own 44-yard line. $7:56 to go, fourth quarter now. And one question, we'll obviously have the opportunity to talk to Coach Sullivan and our Zaleski Sports Player of the Game. If this score holds up, we'll talk to Nick Lieberg tonight. First and 10 for Wild Rose. Back to pass. And it's going to be played and incomplete. Ray Dillman, a great play on the ball. Excuse me, that's Kel Burkhauser. And it's going to be second down and 10. Great play on the ball by Kel. 7:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, Assumption just bringing 14 active players tonight. Kemp Ross, Kate Statz, and Enrico Franklin, the three on the bench right now. And across the middle, and it's going to be played and incomplete. Another great play on the ball by Burkhauser and Shaw. And it's going to be third down and 10 now for Wild Rose. Cal has played pretty well here in the second half after giving up a couple of big plays in the first half. With the help of junior DB out there, Ryan Shaw. Third down and 10. Drive has taken all but 16 seconds so far. As they're going to put three receivers on the far side. Back to pass. Looking, and it's going to be incomplete, and there is another penalty on the play. Going to be illegal shift, illegal formation, I would assume, on Wild Rose. Stratford falling to Rhinelander 29-27, and it was a timeout for Wild Rose. We'll take a quick break, come back to Wild Rose after this.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
Hewitt's Meat has been producing the highest quality meat in the area since 1939. From chicken to pork, beef to seafood, here you'll find only the best. Try our award-winning summer sausage and snack sticks, made from only the highest quality cuts, no fillers. And good luck choosing between our 34 flavors of brats. Stop by for lunch and grab a made-to-order sub, burger, or salad. And don't forget all the canned goods, salsas, pickles, pizzas, and more. All locally sourced. Hewitt's Meat in Marshfield and Tomahawk.
7:33 to go, fourth quarter, after Wild Rose's first second timeout of the half. Wilbert back to pass. And a wide receiver screen to the far side. And Lieberg will almost bring him down, break a couple tackles, and stay up. It's going to be now fourth down and at least manageable for Wild Rose. It's going to be fourth down and 2. I think Coach Sullivan thought it was fourth down. Under 7 minutes to go, fourth and 2, 42-12. 42-12 Royals. Two receivers near, one of the far. Kind of the opposite of what Tom Brady did last week. 2 weeks ago. Back to pass, Wilbert. on the receiver screen again, has the first down, and it's going to be taken down there by Joey Moyer. A huge collision there. But inside Assumption territory, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, if you missed any of this action tonight, you have missed quite a bit, but we'll try and put it all together into a highlight later on tonight. Have soccer tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock in Wausau as the Wausau West Warriors, the undefeated Warriors, will take on the Marshfield Tigers in a regional final. And then we'll head down I-39 to Mosinee High School for Mosinee and Stratford volleyball. Going to hand it up and going to be met and taken down immediately. That's one place that the Wildcats haven't been able to take advantage of Assumption tonight is in the running game. And between Sullivan, Golot, Harms, it has been a troubling spot for Wild Rose in the ground game. Now 4 receivers set. Back to pass. Pressure on up the middle. Going to have him wide open. Got behind the defense, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards. And a flag on the play. And it's going to be a hold on Wild Rose. So got behind the defense, and another big play brought back. Null and void again on Wild Rose. They have shot themselves in the foot as the wide receiver got behind the defense, and the Wildcats will see that touchdown erased via the hold. 5:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, we don't keep stats up here, but I would love to know how many there have been on both sides, erasing huge plays, but also, especially on Wild Rose, 10-yard penalties, 15-yard penalties, just throughout the game, and especially erasing massive momentum plays. And momentum killers have been these penalties on Wild Rose. 5:19 to go in the fourth quarter, 42-12 Assumption. It's going to be 2nd down and 27 yards to go now. Ball on the 40-yard line of Wild Rose. Working from west to east as we see the field here at Wild Rose High School. Wilbert, shotgun again, back to pass. Pressure not on. He steps up, runs it himself to the far side, and he's going to be taken out of bounds near the 50-yard line. And they'll put him at the 48-yard line. Gain of 8, going to be 3rd down now, and 19. Get up to the line right away. 5:06 to go. Clock stops as he was out of bounds. Pressure on. Quickly to the near side and overthrown his receiver and incomplete. 4th down and 20 now. Fourth down and 20 now for Wild Rose. Under 5 minutes to go. Ball on the 49-yard line of Wild Rose. Again, we'll talk to Coach Sullivan. And Wild Rose will use their 3rd and final timeout here in the second half. 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Back to Wild Rose after this quick break.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete...
Welcome back to Wild Rose. 4th down and 20 now for the Wildcats. Assumption leading 42-12. Wilbert back to pass. No pressure, and now up the middle. And it's going to be incomplete as the feet tangled. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for Assumption. And came up looking for a flag, but feet tangled on the comeback route, and Alex Hoffman able to come away with the pass defense there for Assumption. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. It has been a long one, but it's been an exciting one for Assumption as they will go 4-0. We'll ask Coach Sullivan, when is the last time, and maybe you folks online watching, let us know the last time the Assumption Royals football team went 4-0 to start a season. And Leeburg will be stacked up and taken down there. No gain on the play. They came into tonight 3-0 for the first time since they joined the WIAA. And so let us know in the comments when you think the last time is that the Assumption Royals went 4-0 to start a season. As you see, Cade Stats, who will finish up his night here tonight with no pressure on that left leg. And just hope that Cade is going to be all right. And going to hand it up the middle to Leeburg. And it's going to be a run up the middle, 3rd down, as the back judge counting down to his last second. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 with 3:43 to go. Just got it away, did Jack Klatt. Good, we'll talk to Coach Sullivan and our Zaleski Sports Player of the Game tonight, Nick Leeburg. Nick, a couple of big touchdowns, especially one right there at the end of the half, in the end of the first half. 3:15 and counting. 3rd down and 3 for Assumption. And the ball's on the ground again. Jack Klatt falls on it this time. It's going to be 4th down and gained maybe a half an inch on the fumble recovery. Fourth down and 3 now. Under 3 to go. Again, we'll have a whole slate of games for you, including some Assumption Royals volleyball tomorrow night from Columbus Catholic High School, as the Royals and the Dons do battle in a regional final. Pacelli and Osseo Fairchild in a regional final from Stevens Point. As the Wildcats jumped off sides. We have Mosen Stratford regional final girls volleyball in Division II. And then we will have, in the afternoon, got Columbus Catholic soccer. They'll take on Northland Lutheran. What we think right now that Northland Lutheran Three Lakes Phelps regional the regional semifinals, was taking place tonight. And then Wausau West and Marshfield Athens and Pacelli football. 2:05 to go. The official back judge with his hand in the air. Coach Sullivan says wait, and Jack Klatt will take a knee. 1:50 to go. Clock runs. Wild Rose, no timeouts left. And that should take us down all the way to as close as they can get. Again, Jack Klatt doesn't have to go under center until that back official has his hand in the air and starts counting. 1:20 to go, hand up, and the counting starts. Klatt will take the snap, he will take the knee, and it's going to be third down now for Assumption. They go backwards, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. 1 minute to go, and the Assumption Royals will come away with their fourth straight win here in 2020 in impressive fashion, 42-12 over the Wild Rose Wildcats. Stick around for our Nationville Dairy post-game show, but again, we'll stay up here we'll continue with the. We'll stay with the game until the final whistle blows. 40 seconds left as Klatt will take a knee, and that should do it here tonight. Fourth down coming, but that will wrap it up from Wild Rose High School. The Assumption Royals knock off the Wild Rose Wildcats here tonight. 42-12. Royals win in impressive fashion and move to 4-0 in the 2020 high school football campaign. Again, we'll take a quick break, come back with our Nationville Dairy post-game show, and wrap everything up from Wild Rose right after this.
Why am I an orthopedic surgeon? It's a great question. It was nothing I planned. I actually am a Spanish major. Went back to school and became a physical therapist. That was okay, but I decided to go back to school and become the surgeon. I think the biggest thing when you're talking to the patient is if you can relate to them, number one. Number two is if you can teach them what the problem is. If you can teach them what the problem is, they're going to do fine. They're going to learn what it is, they're going to figure out how to fix it, and then they're going to adapt. There's days when things don't work out and things are harder than others, but clearly you're here for one reason and you're not here for you. You're here for the patient that comes in. Healthcare is kind of like going to the supper club in Wisconsin. You always feel like you need to travel to get a better Friday fish fry or to get the prime rib on Saturday, but really here we have everything under the same roof. We have everything within a hospital that, quite frankly, is rated in the top 2 hospitals in the state for joint replacements. We have hospitals coming to us to ask how we do joint replacements, how we solve the problem, how we get patients motivated and moving with very low risk and very low complication rates. And our outcomes are much better. Why am I an orthopedic surgeon? It's a great question.
Welcome back to Wild Rose High School as the Assumption Royals come away with a huge, impressive win over the Wild Rose Wildcats here tonight, 42-14. The Assumption Royals, man, oh man. Nick Lieberg, a couple of touchdowns. Reed Dillman with 4 more touchdowns tonight. Defense came through huge. 5 more takeaways, 16 on the year. Offensively, struggled at times with 5 turnovers of their own, but came away with a couple of huge defensive stops. And the penalties, man, oh man, the penalties on Wild Rose, a momentum killer for the Wildcats, and at times big on the Royals as well. Again, that was our Nationville Dairy post-game show. Nationville Dairy, fresh cheese, curds made daily, NationvilleDairy.com. If you missed any of this ball game, we'll have highlights for you later on tonight at Zaleski Sports Wisconsin Rapids. We have a whole slate of games for you again tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock. We have Columbus Catholic soccer, Marshfield soccer, Athens and Pacelli football, and then volleyball from Mosinee, volleyball from Pacelli, volleyball from Columbus Catholic. All exclusively right here at Zaleski Sports. Tune in to Zaleski Sports on Facebook to see our schedule for tomorrow, which will be posted about it'll be posted sometime early in the morning. So with that, we're going to sign off. Again, the Assumption Royals 42 and the Wild Rose Wildcats 12. For Matt Dickinson, this is Steve Maves signing off. Thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. And until tomorrow afternoon, have a great, safe